that. I'm not master editor, I'm just Logie. Alright guys, we are out here at MNP, aka the Mineola Nature Preserve. We're at the actual entrance to it. I got Mary Bolin coming out here in a little bit. We're going to do a real quick, I say quick, I don't even know, we literally just threw this together and ran with it. There's a spot down here that we came to the first time we actually met each other, I believe, officially at least, that we both think is pretty interesting. It's been raining on and off. There are thunderstorms. Around this area, there's really not supposed to be anything else for today. So hopefully we don't get rained on halfway out there. Hopefully that doesn't make anybody mad. If it makes you feel better, my hair's messed up and I don't look awesome. So now we wait. And just for an idea, there are lots of hogs out here. So anybody that ever tells you hogs won't come up to where the people are, they're stupid. I've heard a few people say that. Then again, I've heard a few people say that there's really no hogs in East Texas. Now, once you're at like the front of the nature preserve, basically where all of your general public will be, when you're out here, the area is pretty open. You know, they do disc golf, frisbee golf, whatever it's called. People come out here and fish these little ponds and whatever. There's actually a bigger pond back that way that we gotta go across called Alligator Pond. That's where your real fisher guys go. Or if you're like me, the further back that way you go, the denser the woods get because you're getting closer to the Sabine. The Sabine runs the very back of the Mineola Nature Preserve's property. That's where I tend to stay. Nobody really ever goes out there. And if they do go out there, it's just kayakers and they are just going by. I don't think we're going there today. But look at all this hog stuff. The gimbal don't want to cooperate. On this episode of Why We Can't Have Nice Things. Yeah. Oh well. This one's kind of funny though. I like this one. Because at least somebody answered. I've been waiting on Mary. I've been taking my time. There's my truck, the red one. She got stuck at Whataburger or something and then talked about eating mushrooms and I don't know. But I've been waiting. It's so lonely out here all by myself. I'm pretty sure that Bigfoot could come and get me at any moment. Then again, who knows? So I was out here waiting, and this lady came up, and I had the gimbal and everything set up, and she said, "What are you doing, Bigfoot stuff?" I said, "Yes," and she essentially called me a nerd. So I'm doing pretty good. It's a nice day to be out here by myself, and like, look at this, just nature and by my, wait, whoa, damn it, it's Mary. So green.
Pretty and beautiful at the same time.
Just green.
Just green.
All the death and debris that's in the river right now. Okay, we're here with Mary Bolin.
Mary Bolin, also Texas Bigfoot Rangers. My partner's Michael Waldy.
She packed a little light because she didn't bring him, so
yeah,
we're doing pretty good. He's out chasing something, and
he is out in an area where there was a sighting on the 27th, and yeah, he's out pumping around up there. I wasn't able to make the trip this time, so fortunately, Mineola Nature Reserve is only 10 miles from my house. And Logan lives not far from me. We said, hey, let's go do some hiking. And apparently it's going to be like an 8-mile hike. Thanks, Logan.
It's okay. I needed the exercise. You're my motivational moral support.
Well, we're definitely getting some exercise. And it's funny because we were talking about we actually came down here before, like, what, April?
Towards the end of April, beginning of May.
And we walked down. It was flooded really bad. We couldn't get to the canoe camp. We did get to it today. And it was hard. It was a hard hike. At least it was for me. I don't know if it was for you, but I hadn't done a lot of hiking at that point, and
I merely glided down the trail.
it was rough on me. And this time I was like just zooming. Like I'd tell myself, slow down, slow down. I'm like, let's go. Which is kind of cool to know that after 8 months of doing a lot of hiking, you know, you get better at it. You get your what's the word?
More accustomed to the challenges that are
More
laying
accustomed.
ahead. Laying?
Fit, more fit. Just
That's
better-
something that a lot of
better
people don't realize is, and I don't understand, this is actually good exercise.
It is.
I mean, you can come out here and walk around, sweat your ass off, stuff like that.
Right. And you're looking at nature. You know, it's not like, you know, we're expecting something to walk up, because we were talking to them earlier, and we're like, hey, you know, you can just, why are you always hiding from people? You know, what's up with that? You know, but they do. They do hide. So I don't, not so much as trying to see them as maybe you would hear something, get a rock thrown, and we're just enjoying the beauty, nature, the creepy beauty, because it's kind of creepy in some spots. Like, if we was out here tonight, it would have a whole new feel to it, I'm sure.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, and we have seen some, like, this area right here. We found a log. It's like a perfect setting. It's like, This setting was like, Mary and Logan have a seat.
What she doesn't realize is I came out here 3 weeks ago and put this log here in hopes of luring someone out here to do an interview.
Yeah, so Logan's pretty good at that. So it works. So this is a perfect little setting. And it's beautiful out here. We're not too far, as you can see, we're not too far from sunset, so we're not going to hang out here too much longer, so we can, at least till we get to the main trail. I don't mind walking out at night, but get back on the main trail, we know exactly where we're going. We found a tree, a rock in the tree.
Yeah, there's a rock in a tree, but I don't put much faith in it.
Right. We don't think that it was probably Sasquatch at all. But we did take the rock, or Logan knocked the rock down.
I threw the rock like a man.
So what would be interesting is if the rock or another rock or something else is there in that same spot. So we definitely want to get out at least to that area before dark so we can see that. And we actually have pretty good signal out here, which is pretty amazing considering how far we end. The bridge, we have to cross over that, and we love that bridge. I mean, it was dangerous, wasn't it?
It was absolutely dangerous compared to what Michael had to go across. It was absolutely 10 times worse.
Worse than Michael's. I mean,
Yeah.
He just walked over a railroad tracks over the West Shaw River.
Yeah.
I mean,
what if we got ran over by a golf cart or something?
it's a real concern.
Exactly.
I mean, it happens.
Train versus golf cart wins every time.
Every time.
The train is stuck on the rails. The golf cart can go wherever it wants. So
It was absolutely terrifying. I'm going to say that was the most terrifying part of the trip, was crossing that very level bridge with no water around it. I mean, it's a lot of fun it's a lot of fun. And that's why we do this. It's not always in search of Bigfoot. It is getting your ass out in nature. Getting off your ass.
disconnect from society and go be weird in the woods.
And take a few pictures, and little videos, and have fun. Something to look at later. And this area, by the way, we came to this area because we were told about it with Luke Rose, a friend of both of ours. He's had some things happen down here, some rocks thrown. He's heard things. And he's the one that told us to go off trail and actually come down here. And something just dropped from the tree, probably an acorn or something. But wasn't that funny if that had been a rock? And then there's been rocks.
At least it was going towards you and not me, so we know who they like.
Hi, I like y'all too. Y'all be nice.
But let's get into the boring questions that get asked 100% of the time. What got you in to doing the Bigfoot stuff?
What got me into it? Well, I lived in Falk, Arkansas when I was 11, 12, and 13 years old, and had heard about it as a kid. And of course, you don't put a lot of merit into that. Like, it's kind of scary and creepy, right? And then you're a kid, so you go through kid things. You play with friends, you ride your bike, and you quickly forget about it. And then we moved away from Falcon. I didn't really think about it for a long time until about a year and a half ago. I come across a video and it would say something about Bigfoot, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember I used to live in Falk, Arkansas. We used to talk about Bigfoot. I wonder what that's about. And it was really, that's what it was. I watched one video, and then I watched 2 videos, and then like 3 days later, I'd watched like 27,000 videos, and it was over. It's like I was.
It's funny how those multiplied over such a small period of time.
Yeah, 27,000 in 3 days. I mean, I had drank a lot of coffee, no, but that's what did it for me. And then I, at first I was very content with that, just watching videos, and I was fascinated with it, and met a couple of people, started talking on the YouTube videos, like, hey, that was a good video or whatever, and got a couple people talking back, and, where can I find y'all on Facebook or whatever, and that's how I got thrown in a couple of groups, and then, I talk a lot, as you know. So it didn't take me long to start making friends, and then it just, at first I didn't want to research or anything like that. I was just happy as I could be just watching the videos. And then basically I started walking out in my own woods because I wanted to prove there was nothing weird, no breaks, no tree break. There's nothing around my house.
Yeah.
And even out here in Mineola Nature Reserve, I've been out here dozens of times, and was finding some weird stuff, breaks and X's and, the bins that were tucked under logs, and not just one. I mean, there's one that's over there on the other side that's...
The one that grew.
It's in the ground. Like, it comes up, and then it goes, like stabbing there.
Yeah.
And that one was pretty cool. And then it was months later that Luke was telling us, hey, he had a sighting out here. Not far from here. Actually, we walked right past the place he had a sighting. We're going to walk back out there. So that was just interesting and cool to know. And you just get, you get sucked into it. Yeah. And before you know it, you're just... And then you start understanding how fun it is besides the Bigfoot research. You get to meet your friends, you get to hang out with people, you're out in nature, you're walking, you feel better, you're healthier. All that just comes with it. And then that keeps you in it. That's what keeps you in it.
Yeah. That you meet a lot of cool people doing it.
You do.
Not to mention the fact you meet a lot of dumb people, but you meet a lot of cool people doing it. And then now you have connections. You can go out with them. Yes. They might have spots that they might want to show you.
Yes.
Don't abuse that.
Right.
But
don't abuse that. And like I said, I actually gave Luke a call earlier and told him where he's at. And he suggested we come down here. So that's cool to know that, you can hang out with friends, like you said. You can go all over. Hey, we're going out here. You want to go? Or let's go here. And it's like little camping trips and you're hunting for Bigfoot. And
who doesn't like camping trips?
Right, and who doesn't like camping trips? Right. And then, you have fun with it. I have fun with it. And I've met some amazing people. And that's what keeps me. The people and doing this right here. Just walking around in nature. And still being able to breathe. Because I think a year ago, I could walk like a mile. I'm not kidding. I could walk like a mile. And I'd be like, oh my God. I'm like so ready to be done with this because I'm exhausted. And now I'm like, we've done walk 4 miles. So that leaves us, at least 3 more miles to go back out?
Yeah.
That's a 7-mile trek, and it's like, cool, that was fun, instead of being totally exhausted, which is awesome.
Talking about smoking and Bigfoot and everything, and you get those people that go out there and they want to do whoops and stuff, and then right after the whoop, they're coughing out a lung.
Right.
And it's like, well, there went that, But
yeah, and you kind of got to build up your whoops. And I think if you're a smoker, you need to smoke less or quit if you're going to continue to do this. And I'm not telling people what to do. I'm really not. But I used to smoke actually, and I quit smoking because I wanted to be able to do this and feel better when I'm doing it. And I guarantee if I hadn't quit smoking, I would.
The devil comes in many forms. walls. And I think I just fell for new disguise in the form of long hair, big brown eyes. Oh, I've got to get away. Before I catch my death today. Well, and first it was great, all was going our way. She seemed to love my family. Next thing I know, well, I'm severed from him. Oh, how she get this grip on me? She said, "Honey, take these pills. Well, they're just to help you sleep." Funny, I don't recall ever learning to sleep, but I'm addicted now, it seems. Oh, I've got to get away. Before I catch my death today. We don't even have jobs. She said we could sell those drugs and get along just fine. And I ain't allowed to have no phone, and I can't even drive this truck of mine. And my family said it's all smoke and lies. Fool, can't you say? I sure wish they'd, but I can't see I'm happy. But she said she loves me. Oh, I don't wanna get away. Truth is, I don't mind. Catch my death today. Oh, I don't wanna get away.
Alright, guys. I have been requested, against their better judgment, because I don't know who would let me do this, I have been requested to go read Bigfoot-related books at a library to a bunch of presumably maybe 4-year-old children, 5-year-old maybe, and they want me to go read these books. So they gave me 3 books to choose from. This one, Bigfoot's a frog in this one. It's trash, no. Then we got this one. This one is alright, but it's still trash. If that first one was just like rotted meat in a trash can trash, this one is like you got the Febreze trash bags or whatever with the smell protector on them. But this last one I appreciate. Solely because it's the only one that has a Bigfoot that is, in color. And although he looks like a strange Yogi Bear looking serial killer. It teaches 2 lessons. One, as the title points out, it's a play on the boy who cried wolf, blah, blah, blah. Don't lie. This book gets into the whole faking tracks thing, which I thought was wonderful, which is why I picked it. And also, Bigfoot steals this child's bike and his dog. There's his dog right there, if you can see it right there. They don't know who they're getting to read this book. This is either going to go horribly, or it's going to be mediocre. Cue the kid-friendly intro. So today is the day that I get to read to all the little munchkins. I guess technically at this point of the year it's Christmas Eve. But yeah. I get to read to them now and spread the Bigfoot gospel. This camera has a mind of its own. He liked to tell stories. And there's his mom, and there's his sister, and his sister's saying, well, I don't see him, because everybody came out there to go see Bigfoot. Now, he's not there. Town to see Bigfoot. They waited and they waited, but the creature never appeared. He has a whole group of people out there again. He was stealing my bike. And Bigfoot asked the dog if he's coming with him. Bigfoot didn't just take his bike, he took the dog. And my dog. And look, Bigfoot's just waving by. He's going to ride the bicycle into the woods. And nobody's going to come out here for them because he flagged them. There was a foot here. And there was a foot here. And a foot here. All in a row. And do you think you could go that deep in the mud? Because I can't go that deep in the mud jumping up and down. That's for cutting wood. You can get snakes with it. You can use it like a little anchor on a kayak. It's good for knocking on trees. So, Bigfoot sometimes they'll knock on trees.
I can get farther than that.
Okay, go put it
But
back.
can you land flat on your foot?
What?
Yeah, so kinda you wobble. That's like this one right here. This one is actually the side of his foot. This one's a side step, and this one's a flat foot. Steven has kidnapped me, and we are going to Arkansas. He has no say in the matter. If he's going to kidnap me, we're going where I want to go. However, I gave him one request, and it was to eat. And we are now here at the Sirloin Stockade. In Texas, we have really big cows, and the Sirloin Stockade does not fail to deliver with their Rudolph version of the cow. He's so joyful.
I am.
Let's go eat.
Too bad Jennifer's not here.
We're done with the taco. So we're gonna take the taco.
She would really like that.
We're gonna dump the taco in the roll. Ain't no room for hard tacos here. In the spirit of LVE food reviews, what was this place called? The Sirloin Stockade?
Sirloin Stockade.
What do we give it?
I give it a 2.
Out of 10. Out of 10, we give it a 2.
This place makes Golden Corral really, really look good.
We love Golden Corral.
Golden Corral's not bad. I give it a 6 out of 10.
We But for real though, it was different. We're on our way to undisclosed Arkansas, where there are probably no teeth. Oh wait, that's all of Arkansas. I'm sorry.
Oh.
We're the made it better.
Oh man. We're gonna get our asses kicked.
It's Logan versus Arkansas.
That's a bit different.
Now Arkansas is an alright state. I mean,
You can deal with Arkansas.
they have some things like dentures. They have to have dentures. Yeah, we're losing all the sponsorships and views from Arkansas as we can possibly get. Steven did not slow down when I told him to slow down, and I've missed half my shot.
Oh.
Runs for about 2 minutes because it's going to print 55 pages.
All right, hold on a second.
So we are in Tallahena, and Steven is taking a business call at a time like this. It's 46 degrees out here. I'm walking around. There's this place called Treats and Treasures here. It's closed now. I've ate there before. They have something called like a Hawaiian burger or Samoan burger. It is amazing. Get it. Okay, so we stopped at an undisclosed gas station. And where are we at? Something, Oklahoma?
Tallahena.
We're in Tallahena. And this is equivalent to Fruitvale of Grants, like Texas. So I go into this Easy Mart. My first mission is to go and pee on everything they own. So I walked in there, and I go and I open the restroom door, and there's this little boy running around naked in the bathroom going, "No, don't open the door." And so, yeah, I closed it, and I felt bad about myself because that was weird. And now I'm pretty sure the FBI is coming after me. And then I go to check out, so I grab some stuff to drink. I grabbed this thing of chips that I never had before. I was like, why not drink it? And so I go up to the cash register, and I put it on the thing, and the guy goes, "Hey, we got some new flavors of those." And I go, "That's cool." He goes, "Have you ever had those before?" I said, "No." And he said, "We got some new flavors of those." and I was just like, that's cool. Can I check out and go, Mr. Oklahoma man? And he goes, we got some pepperoncini flavors. I said, pepper what? I don't know what a pepperoncini is. He said, it's like one of those little peppers. And my first thought was, don't talk about yourself like that, man. But yeah, I just said, man, I'm going to pass. I'm just going to take these. And he goes, well, I guess if you're going to be that way. And so he checks me out and everything. And as I'm leaving, I hear him go, he didn't want none of the new flavors. So, yeah, we're in Oklahoma. It feels so inviting and warm.
At least they actually have serious clover leaves.
Stephen took the wrong exit, and we're making an entire clover leaf, so we've added another hour to this trip. Alone, all the other setbacks we've already had. This is the third leaf of the clover leaf.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, so I don't think we're ever going to get to where we're supposed to be.
Probably not. Here comes the last clover leaf.
Yeah, this is the last one.
Then merge onto I-540.
If this is going
to be... admit, you know, driving clover leaves is kind of fun.
I mean, when you're driving, I'm sure. But when you're the passenger...
You feeling a little woozy?
I'm going to feel a little woozy because I'm just trying to get to the destination alive.
Merge onto I-540, then take exit 1B.
Oh, yeah. He's going to do a clover leaf, too.
Yes. There he goes. Now let's go see what this cop is doing with the pretty blue lights.
What was our original time we were supposed to be there?
9:40, and it's 11:40.
Take exit 1B, then merge onto I-40.
Is it 11:40 or 10?
11:40.
It's 11.
Hold on.
40 west.
This trip, we spent more time on the road than we will in any part of the woods.
Freaking ridiculous.
Right. What do people say? Like half of the journey is just getting there?
No shit.
Merge onto I-40 west.
The entire journey is getting there, right? So
Neil is
we're here at is this base camp? Is this?
Yeah.
It's rather Arkansas-y. It's very lackluster. It looks like West Texas out here. We got dirt.
Oh, actually,
this tree is our new. Yep, we are going to be by this tree at all times.
It's a carving.
It's a carving of something, but it doesn't matter because it's awesome. And the next shot from this video will be that tree in the daytime. Hey Steven, look at that X. We doing Jeep stuff. Jeep stuff. Yeah. Welcome to Motion Sickness, the video. Look at them all. Oh. Let me tell you something right now. If you have a problem with Canadian geese, you have a problem with me, and I suggest you let that one marinate.
That was the most worthless mountain store I've ever been in.
He's so harsh.
Dude, I walk in there and it's nothing but wine and yuppie.
That's all that matters.
They don't have no supply.
Wait, look. Danger. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. Who allowed Arkansas to have its own river? Look at this building.
That's the old jail.
That's where King Arthur had his round nights. Arkansas never disappoints. So, Arkansas never disappoints. We went to a Mexican restaurant. We were greeted by a Mexican man, more authentic than any Texas Mexican man I've ever seen. He was the literal example. When you think of Mexico,
That's what you think.
you see this man. Now,
You never see him in Texas. Though.
now, but here's the thing. We came to a Mexican restaurant. We got that man straight off the bat. I said, Arkansas's got it going on. And then the chick that was our waitress, she must have been from like Romania. I mean, she had the accent and everything. Like when you watch something about Dracula and the woman's in there trying to ask questions and stuff, that's what she sounded like.
Oh yeah.
And then there was a mariachi band. The mariachi band came out and they just started playing, and we were like, oh man, Arkansas's really got it going on. And then to top that, I guess they were playing a birthday song.
It was the whole family, yeah. But yes, it was a birthday song for a little boy.
And so they're playing a birthday song for this little boy, and then they get done. And then was it the girl was like,
No, it was his it was his older brother.
It was his older brother was like, now you know how it feels. and then I don't know what happened after that, but I heard some child yell, "Lick it off the face or off my face" or something.
Lick it off your face.
Lick it off your face.
Now you know how it feels. Now lick it off your face.
Yeah. So Arkansas. What was that place called? Le Puertos de la Arkansas. That was everything we had was ground beef there, but
it was all different ways of presenting ground beef.
But God bless everybody that was in that restaurant. And it must be hard being pretty in Arkansas.
Yeah.
I don't think there's many of them.
This is like the Walmart convenience store size.
This is... Dang, don't hit that window. What you doing, girl?
Buc-ee's is bigger than this.
Well, you gotta remember, we're in the home of Walmart.
I know.
This right here is where Wally Jennings, or whatever his name was.
Sam Walton.
Wally Jennings was out
Sam
here
Walton.
one day, and he was like, I want a stove. I don't know about y'all, but I have never seen a car. I've never seen a car that made me happier in my life. Oh, I was so happy. I was so happy till I saw that Ford sticker.
Oh my God.
This thing makes me so happy inside. So when you shop at Walmart, you get the essentials like Led Zeppelin's album on vinyl, and then some stuff for summer, and ketchup. That's how it works. On this edition of Logan Shakes a Hook Angrily at Everything He Passes, we begin with O'Reilly's. Grrr! In True Value, there's a Ford dealership. I didn't hit your stuff. We can't let Jen see this. We can't let Jen see this part. Remind me to edit. This guy really don't talk a lot. He's my friend. Are we gonna address the fact that this bear looks like it's doing some really weird dance? That's not a natural bear. Just doing some Bigfoot stuff. So, straight down there is like river. It drops off a cliff. Me and another guy are currently up on the ridge side, and Steven and Wendell are currently down there, and basically we're paralleling. We're going high, they're going low, all fun and games.
Snow and everything. But he was up there about a month and a half, and he decided to go back, and
It was a raging
flood
river.
stage.
Yep.
Couldn't get back across.
I don't know what that noise is. We're up here on a cemetery on top of a mountain, and I heard a dog bark, so I walked out back here. And across the valley, I can hear Leonard Skinner playing. This is where I want to be when I die.
And I was born on this mountain a long time ago, before they knocked down the timber and stripped mine the coal. And you woke up in the morning before it was light, and you go down in that dark hole and come back at night. And I was born on this mountain's my home, and she holds me and keeps me from worry and woe. And now they took everything that she gave, now they're gone. But I will die on this mountain's my home. And I was young on this mountain, but now I am old. And I knew every holler and cool swimming hole, till one night I lay down and woke up to find that my childhood was over and went down in the mine. And I was born on this mountain's my home, and she holds me and keeps me from worry and woe. Now they took everything that she gave, now they're gone. But I will die on this mountain's my home. And there's a hole in this mountain, it's dark and it's deep. Oh, and Lord only knows all the secrets she keeps. And there's a chill in the air only miners can feel. And there are ghosts in the tunnels the company sealed. mountain, this mountain's my home. And she holds me and keeps me from worry and woe. And now they took everything that she gave, now they're gone. But I will die on this mountain's my home.
Are you calling her? So, it's just me. This is what I see. As you can tell, I have a blazing bonfire going here. We're out at Limpy's. And I get to spend this night solo. So, I got a weird feeling. I saw a UFO earlier today. It looked like the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, I'm not really going to comment much on it because I'm not in on all that UFO stuff, but I don't know. I just got a weird feeling about being out here tonight. So, I got my light on. There's what I'm presuming to be a pig. I thought I heard a single oink, a singular oinking sound. That is typical of your classic pig. And it's just been going around camp. And like it'll get over here on this side, back off in that little creek area, and it'll take off, and it will run back to that pond, and then it will stop. When I say stalk, I mean it'll just kind of walk around camp, and it just makes a circle, and it goes back over there, and it does the same thing. Every time it gets to this side, it will take off running. But for a pig, it's pretty quiet. I'm just being optimistic here in my wishful thinking of that's a piggy. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. Currently, whatever it is over there making a lot of noise. And now, we got something back on this side. It's back there. All I know is something's gonna get shot if it comes up in camp. I ain't got time for these games. So, I didn't die. That was pretty nice. Other than that, really only one thing happened besides my recorder dying. So it's about 5 a.m. and I heard human-sized footsteps going through camp. And I mean, who cares? They're human-sized. But they walked for probably 15 steps, and then they just stopped. And once they stopped for about 2 minutes, I was like, hey, I'm just gonna go back to sleep. I was kind of like, well, whatever it is dead to me. So I went back to sleep. It's still too early. It's currently 9 o'clock, I think. If you come to Limpy's, even if you don't get anything Bigfoot-wise that you're looking for, you will get something paranormal-wise. This whole area is just a weird little ghosty goo hot box. And with all the stuff that I've seen here, with everything everybody else seen here, footsteps that don't concern me. I've had worse than footsteps out here. Did see a weird light Friday night. But that was all that happened then too. We got a little bit of chocolate milk. We're doing good. I waited for a good bit. I waited for about a week before I talked about this situation, because I wanted to make sure that I had a clear mind when I finally got to it. And we took that trip to Arkansas, and when we got there, we got set up. We met the guy we were going to meet, the leader of this group, this new group that's coming out. And I'm not going to say any names. There's no need to say any names. But considering I almost got shot by 5 people at the same time, I kind of do want to bring up a topic. If you are scared of anything that moves in the woods, you do not need to be out in the woods with a firearm. You do not need to be out in the woods, period. When me and Steven got there, we set up camp and everything and went to go talk to this guy. And the first thing this guy starts asking us is about people we don't like in the Bigfoot community and why we don't like them. I'm not a genius. I'm an East Texas intellectual. You typically don't start a conversation with someone that you've never met before with, can you give us dirt on people you don't like or why you don't like them? That don't seem right. Then, when we get out to where their whole group is, there's 5 people, including that guy, the leader of said group. When we get out there, all these people are locked and loaded. They got guns out their ass, okay? I'm talking 12 gauges. You got a 308 or, yeah, I think it was a 308. And then you got what I thought was an AR. And then, I can't remember all of them. But it's all these guys around the campfire. And at first I was like, you know, we're in Arkansas. These are probably some pretty damn good, you know, woodsmen. Until I learned that all of them but one really won't go away from that campfire. So, out of those 6 people in that group, there was me, Steven, and 2 other people that were there that were not a part of this group. We were just coming to check them out. Those other 2 guys, besides me and Steven, were cool. I knew one of them. I met one that night, but they were both cool. They both had heads on their shoulders. Out of this group of 6 people, only one of them has any common sense, and I like him. But we pull up, and all these you got these 6 people sitting around a campfire, locked and loaded. Ain't a gun on safety there. They're all ready to go. If one fell, someone's gonna lose something. You're gonna lose a finger or something at least. And they all got red lights and lasers on them and everything, which is cool. I don't care what you put on your gun. I just kind of prefer you keep it on safety, especially when people are walking around the campfire because they're scared to go off 5 foot from the fire because Bigfoot's gonna just magically attack them. It's at this point in time that I learned that they are a pro-kill. Now here's why I'm saying that. There's a difference between pro-kill and pro-specimen. Pro-kill goes out in the woods and they mow everything that makes a sound down until they finally get something. It don't matter what it is. If you are in their path, pew pew, welcome to America. Pro-specimen is ethical. Ethical? I have a lisp. Kill me. In how they do it. They go out there, they realize what animals are in the area. They know what the animals sound like. They know what does what in this area, and they are here to make a one-shot, one-kill clean, complete their assignment. Pro kill, we might as well just take a bunch of TNT and blow up the entire mountainside and hope we get one. I have an entire recording from that night where there's coyotes all on that recording, and those coyotes, to a majority of that group, were Bigfoot, and we couldn't explain that any other way. And they swear by those coyotes being Bigfoot. And when we went and tried to tell them that it was a coyote or some kind of wolf or canine, well, Bigfoot runs with them, don't he? I mean, where's your proof? You can't just look on YouTube and base everything in your knowledge base around a YouTube video. Now, the best part, I got tired of sitting around the campfire. And so I wanted to go around. I went to Arkansas to walk around in the woods and get lost. So you know what? I'm going to go get lost. And my normal self, I try not to use a light. I don't like lights unless I'm solo. And even when I'm solo, I just put the low light on so I can have peripheral vision, you know. And I tell everybody at this campfire, I'm gonna go walk around. Okay, you're not scared to go out there? I was like, there ain't nothing out there. Ain't nothing but a few coyotes. I make it very blatantly clear I'm going to be walking around. So I start to walk away from this campfire, and as I'm walking away from this campfire, I get about 50 feet, like 50 feet. I get about 50 yards away from this campfire. And it kind of slopes down. So I'm on this slope, so I can't see the campfire or anything anymore. I'm just kind of down here doing my thing. And I get a feeling that I need to turn my light on. So I'm standing here. I turn my red light on. And right here is just a cliff face that drops down about 20-25 foot, I would say, into like this big creek. So I'm kind of like, okay, I'm gonna follow the edge of this. So I follow the edge of it, and then I hit it where it does it again on this side, so I can only go this way now. I start going that way. This is where those guys have their motion lights set up, and they're basing everything they're looking for is magically coming out of this area I've just happened to be walking into, because I'm following where this little ledge is. And this ledge eventually gets to the point where it's just like, and I can get down. So once again, I have my light off at this point. I turned it back off, and I'm walking down there, and I kind of climb up a little bit on the side of the hill to the point where I can see the tippy top of this fire. Okay. And I guess I stepped on a branch or something. It enough to alert at least one of the people that was at this campfire. In the process of doing this, I hear the remainder of this campfire lock and load and get up, okay? And I see lasers and I see lights going through those trees. And now I got lasers hitting me and I got a light in my face, and I hear some guy say, "You better say something." Me being me, I was just like, hello. Because if you're going to shoot me, you might as well do it and get it over with. And so it was at that point in time that I realized I can't even go 75 yards away from this campfire without becoming Bigfoot myself. And I turned my red light back on when I was coming back up, and almost the same exact thing happened, except it was only one guy this time. Apparently, when I turned my headlamp on, my red lights are two lights like this. And that's eye shine. I have now created eye shine, artificial eye shine, that has scared one member of this, at this point, scared hunting party. So, in an attempt to get these people to actually move out into the woods, we come up with the plan of we're gonna get together two-man teams who are gonna move out, separate, and go hold up somewhere, you know. And the rest of them are gonna stay at camp. We're also gonna have someone drive out of the area and drive back into the area. Now, this is a great plan in theory. The problem is, when you're with people that are scared of the dark, it does not pan out as it should. When you are with people who are unable to organize a plan properly and execute it, it does not work. So, me and Steven, so I get paired with another guy because I'm willing to walk in the woods. It don't bother me. Steven and the other guy that had common sense in this group got paired together. So we head out and we're going, and we finally get to a point where we're going to split apart. Okay. Just a reminder, I'm still completely dark and Steven's completely dark. I'm pretty sure the guy with Steven was also dark. The guy coming with me he already had his headlight on white as it could go, as bright as it could go. And he had a flashlight in one hand. Now, I don't know about y'all, but the common rule is don't use the white light at all unless you absolutely have to. Use a red light. Even then, don't use a red light. And so we're going, and this guy's taking his time, and I'm trying to get where I'm supposed to go. I was told to go down the side of this ledge while Steven and the other guy are supposed to go on the bottom end of it, down the creek or stream, whatever you want to call it. And so my mission objective is get my fat self up the side of that hill and to the point down there where we're going to basically meet them where they're on this bottom. We're going to be on this top. Okay. And I'm thinking, we're going to go a decent bit from the campfire. Camp, the base, whatever. And so I'm going. I look behind me, and white light guy that's with me is stopping and checking on where they're at every 5 seconds. And I'm just kind of like, I'm not going to wait for you, man. And eventually I just get to the point where I'm about maybe 200 feet in front of him, like ahead of him. And he just stops and he stands on the ledge of this drop off. And he's back there and he won't move. So eventually I'm just standing there. And I asked him, I was like, man, are we going to go or what? He goes, well, we're waiting on them. I said, they're coming. But they got to go through thicker stuff than we do. We need to get down there and get ready in case anything happens while we're waiting on them. So eventually, about 10 minutes later, this guy finally starts coming towards me. I find this little nice spot on the ledge, has a big slab, and I go down there and I sit down. My camera's slowly going out of focus. Don't you like it when your cameras go out of focus? But finally he catches up with me and we're on this slab. And you got to keep in mind, we all have walkies. So that's how we're communicating. And by we all have walkies, I mean each of our group has one walkie, base camp has the rest. And then whoever was in the truck has another one. I'm sitting there, I got to the point where I sat down against a tree and almost went to sleep because this guy ain't letting me listen to the walkie. I've asked him 5 times at this point, what's being said, what do we need to do? And I'm getting absolutely no response. About the only thing he ever said to me was, what was your name again? And I was kind of like, dude, you basically just infuriated me with your lack of any social skill or compliance to what we're supposed to be doing here. Okay, so we finally got to the point where I was like, we need to be moving further up this ridge line. And he said, no, we're going to be waiting on those two. Those two have sat down. We've made it to the point where Steven and the other guy have sat down. And this guy still thinks they're moving. This is the part where I almost fell asleep. And then he woke me up to make sure I was still awake. Then I hear one word come over this walkie that I'm apparently not allowed to listen to. And it says truck. Truck, the word truck to me can mean a few things. The word truck can mean popo, it can mean ranger, it can mean game warden, it can mean forestry service person, and it can mean the truck that ended up leaving and coming back into camp. I don't know about you, but your first instinct ought to be, I'm going completely lights out, we're going dark, this guy ain't gonna see us. Especially when the original plan was that truck was not to stop from start to finish until he got back to camp. Here's why I say that. This guy ends up white lighting, and he has a thermal. He's got an open screen thermal. That's already a no-no. He's got an open screen thermal, and he's sitting there and he's waiting for this truck, which at this point I presume to be, the way it sounded on the walkie from what I heard, was not a good version of truck. I'm over here and I'm pretty much a stump. Unless you're looking for me, you ain't gonna see me. I got the camo hoodie, I got the face mask on that's in the hoodie and everything. I was kind of cold. Now, this guy not only proceeds to get up, but proceeds to wave every available light source towards this truck. There's way too much wind for this video, but I'm sure y'all can deal with it. This guy proceeds to wave down the damn truck with all these light sources, and the truck gets on the walkie. I can hear the walkie now because it's close enough to me. The guy on the walkie proceeds to go, "Is that one of y'all?" No, Charlie Brown walked out here trying to do a Christmas special episode. It's gonna be one of us. Keep moving. No, the dude proceeds to stop and question whether or not I'm Bigfoot, because I don't have any lights on, and I'm sitting down right by this guy. Bigfoot just started taking a siesta right next to this guy. Okay, eventually the truck finally goes. And then the guy holding the walkie goes, "They told us to move left." I said, "We should have been moving a long time ago. I have been told to move left. And to my left is to go further into the woodline." I really hope y'all can hear me over the wind. I'm like waiting for it to die down right now before I continue with my exhilarating story of human stupidity. Okay, so I'm gonna go left. So I get up and I go across that little road where the truck came from, and I walk my ass into that other woodline. The other guy ain't following me. He wants to keep eyes on Steven and the other guy who are sitting down. Well, what am I going to do? So I walked maybe from where he was standing at that point in time, I walked maybe 50 feet away from him. That's it. And I did exactly what I did before. He ain't going to follow me. I'm just going to sit down and go to sleep. So I sit down against the tree again, and I'm sitting there, and this guy finally starts walking, but he doesn't cross the road. He just stops at the edge of the road. And he goes, "Where are you at?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm right here." And of course, you know, I get white lighted and all that crap. And I sit there for maybe another 15 to 20 minutes before I finally hear, "They want us to come back." I said, "Okay. Do they want us to come back the way we came, or do they want us to go down the road?" Well, we should probably go down the road. Okay, I'll go down the road. That ain't a problem. I later checked this. We only went about 384 feet from the campfire, according to my GPS. That is how close we were to camp. I couldn't get him out any further than that. So I'm going back down the road, and I'm going dark. There ain't no point. I'm on a road. There's a good moonlight going on. Why am I going to turn a light on? I look behind me. This guy is stopping every 5 seconds, and he's shining everything. He's got that headlamp, and he's got that flashlight. He's just shining everything. And so I'm sitting here, and I'm like, dude, I'm just going to leave you. So I leave him, and I go back to camp. And I walk up on camp and everything. I get back, and then I get met with this story about how one of the guys that was in the truck got hit by infrasound, and he's just doing that the whole time. I said, shit, low blood sugar will do anything to you, I guess. We got out of there. And here's where I'm going with this. This is the part. Originally, I wasn't going to say anything about anything except for the fact that I almost got shot. But here's why I'm putting this out here. The leader of this group decided it'd be a good idea. I don't even know what the group's name is. That's how much I just don't want to be any way involved with these people. The leader of this group put out a message saying that Steven saw Bigfoot on his thermal while we were there. You got to remember, how many times did they see me without my light on and go, that's Bigfoot? Because like I said, if anything goes off in those woods, Bigfoot did it. Now, there's a chance that they saw me on thermal. There's a chance they saw a deer. They never confirmed what Steven saw on thermal, other than the fact that it was probably an animal. It was probably a deer of some kind. The response they will give you is there are no deers in these woods. When me and Steven pulled in there the second time, I instantly saw and heard a damn deer right by the Jeep. There are deer in those woods. Steven goes on this group, I guess, and proceeds to say he saw absolutely nothing Bigfoot related on that thermal. To which the leader of this group sends Steven this long message about how all those calls couldn't have been coyotes, and that coyotes don't infrasound people, and the fact that we could not identify what was on that thermal made it Bigfoot. Pro kill, pro specimen. Pro specimen, you'd be smart enough to realize that you couldn't identify what was on that thermal, live and let die. Pro specimen would have realized that's a coyote call. Coyotes make coyote calls. Pro specimen realized freaked out people in woods they shouldn't be in end up having some sort of go on, because that's just a natural thing. If you're in a situation that you are not comfortable with, your body will react accordingly. Now, if you're trying to put on a show, your body will act accordingly. I was getting told that somebody threw a rock out of that group and then tried to pretend Bigfoot did it, until somebody finally caught on that was outside of that group and told them about it, to which they all shut up. That right there is another bad thing about those people. All I'm saying is somebody's going to get killed if they go out with them. Just letting y'all know. To me, you have single-handedly ruined any and all credibility your group has. Thus doing that, you've already hurt the already bad reputation of the Bigfoot community. We already have enough people trying to fake stuff, trying to hoax stuff, being confrontational for absolutely no reason, and all you've done is add another check mark to that column. I mean, as far as this whole month has went, I've read books at a library. That was interesting. I've been to Arkansas. I've almost been shot multiple times, all at the same time. That was impressive. And now I've spent a night at Limpy's with 2 people, and I've spent a night at Limpy's by myself. It's been an interesting month. in all aspects of life. I'd also like to thank Luke LaPrade for letting me use his music. I got a good video of him. I don't know when I'm gonna put it in this video, but I'm gonna try and sneak it in there. As for now, check out the Cryptid Connection site. Go ahead and become a member. It's currently free. There's a free version, and then there's a member version. Obviously, members get more. Check out the Cryptid Connection podcast. And I guess that's about it. I'll see y'all in the next video.